What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, getting on the grind and improving your mind. Every single video and live stream we do, make sure that you guys hit that like button, help us out, subscribe to the channel. You could comment in the live chat or the comments if you're watching this on playback today. We're going to go right into it. We're going to be talking about what everybody else is talking about, and we're just going to comment our thoughts on it and give some a little bit of education and value here on the situation, because there is some things to learn from the recently blown up Shannon Sharpe situation, in which case basically the nuts and bolts of it is Shannon Sharpe is getting sued $50 million by a 19 or 20-year-old OnlyFans girl who he did some things to, and he basically
is being
non-consensual activity is being sued for pretty
Yeah.
much. And now everything's blown out of control. A lot of things are going to go down, and we're going to go over why and how you guys can learn from this situation and not have this happen to you. This proves that just because a man has money, status, fame, wealth, six-pack abs, jacked, all that kind of stuff, just because he has all that does not make him immune from the one thing that a lot of guys cannot help themselves with, and that is dealing with females. He obviously could not help himself getting wrapped up in this really young girl who was obviously trouble probably from the beginning. In the beginning, he basically approached her at a gym, got her information. I'm pretty sure he was simping at the gym too while he got her number. And basically, he was leading with his money instead of actually leading with his character and himself. And that's a mistake that a lot of guys make, because they use the money, wealth, status, and what they have to lure the girl in compared to who he is and what he's all about. And that's where they go wrong. And the girls really don't even like him. Now, a lot of people are coming at him for the age gap between them. He's in his 50s and she's like 19, 20, 21, something like that. So here's the truth about younger women dating older men. For the most part, the reason that a 18, 19, 20, 21-year-old woman will go for an older man in his 40s, 50s, 60s is not because she actually likes him. It's because he has money and he has a certain status and a certain value he can provide for the woman other than himself. The girl doesn't actually even care about him or like him for that matter. She's not even sexually attracted to him. She just likes what he can get for her. And a lot of these guys are so down bad that they use their status, money, and wealth to basically simp for these women instead of actually acknowledging that there's no real chemistry between them. So a lot of the time when you see young girls dating older guys, it's not even real. Most of the time, there's something in it for the girl, and the guy just maybe gets some sex sometimes or validation or whatever it is. But for the most part, probably a large majority of the most part, the young girl is not even with the older guy because she likes him. He's just simping. So, Mike, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, bringing that up, for men specifically, I think there should be a standard that we should let ourselves get to, because a 54-year-old man should, even if you're just a normal dude, 54-year-old dude that's not Shannon Sharpe shouldn't even be looking at like 19-year-olds like that, because to me that's like the same thing as like, you know, a 30-year-old looking at a 16-year-old. That's kind of weird, you know. I like, if it's over 21, that's cool. At least with me, that's just how my morals and how I think about that stuff with myself, because sometimes I would even be like, oh, that's kind of, you know, you're way too young type of thing.
Yeah, the only thing probably a guy in his 50s and maybe younger like that have in common is they're both trying to smash, but there's no real chemistry most of the time. A lot of that stuff is just made up. Like, I mean, most of the 20-year-olds that like date Leonardo DiCaprio, for example, they already know they're going to get dumped at 25, so they're just enjoying the lifestyle until he lets them go.
Yeah,
so it's all a lie.
Yeah, this whole situation is just a crazy mess. It's just a real crazy mess, and spoiler alert, most of it is actually 99% of this is all his fault. It's
correct.
His fault.
It is his fault, and he was simping the whole time.
Yeah,
with his money.
Oh, yes, and his poor mental capacity. But there's a lot of stuff that we can walk into. I have an article and I have a bunch of stuff off of Twitter that we can react to. And
let's begin. We got
some thoughts on. So I'll go sit over there and I'll go bring some of the stuff up and we'll talk about it.
Yeah, let's see what we got here. Yeah, it's a very sad situation, guys. You don't end up like this guy. Avoid the mistakes that Shannon Sharpe has made. This is a very valuable, teachable lesson. And actually, some of this information can save you guys a lot of legal trouble if you just listen to what we're saying right now. It's very important, because a lot of you guys are great when it comes to your business and your money and the job that you have and like your getting a house, real estate. You're great with all the practical stuff, but what's really missing from you is your mindset, your confidence. You're insecure. Pretty much, you don't have confidence, and that stuff will destroy you. It could actually take all the money that you built away, and it's going to cost this guy $50 million because he didn't know how to deal with a girl, pretty much. And look where that got him. He got himself in big trouble now, and now he's got to step away from ESPN for a little bit. He made a statement about that recently. It's all happening because he couldn't control himself, and he made a lot of mistakes, and he was basically simping the whole time. The truth is that he was in her frame the whole time. He was not leading at all. She was leading him, as we're going to get into. Yeah. And make sure you only interact with women on your own terms. For example, I'll put this like very easily for you guys. If you ask a girl out and you want to take her to Texas Roadhouse for the first date, and she says, no, I want to go to Applebee's, you say, no, I really want to go to Texas Roadhouse. I hate Applebee's. You don't have to say it that way. But basically, if the girl does not want to go to Texas Roadhouse with you to see you, which what you're trying to do, you got to leave her alone. Do not mess with women that are not trying to deal with you on your terms. You got to lead the woman. A woman who does not want to be led by you is not a woman that is for you. So,
yeah. So, let's go look at this TMZ article real quick. We're not going to dive super deep into it. We're just going to get a brief understanding of what's going on. So Shannon Sharpe has been sued for allegedly graping a woman on multiple occasions, and the plaintiff in the case is asking for tens of millions in damages. Lawsuit obtained by TMZ Sports was filed by a Jane Doe on Sunday in Nevada after she says Sharpe brutally sexually ate her several times at the end of 2024 and the beginning of 2025, following a years-long abusive relationship. According to the suit, Doe met Sharpe in 2023 at a gym in LA when she was 20 years old and he was in his mid-50s. She stated in the docs during her first encounter, Sharpe told her he would buy her fake teeth if she won a weight loss competition with him.
Bruh. Leading with his money. I mean, come on, man.
Exactly. She wrote in the suit, Sharpe proceeded to pursue her relentlessly, calling, texting, and demanding she come to his Beverly Glen mansion. The woman stated she and the former Denver Broncos tight end ultimately got into a consensual relationship, though she described it as controlling and verbally abusive. That's what.
And it is now that she's about to get that money.
Yeah,
she's about to get that cash money.
He demanded complete control over her time and body. Attorney Tony Busby wrote in Doe's suit, expecting her to be at his house on his schedule at his command whenever he called.
Did she follow his directions? I don't think she's innocent either, obviously. No, she's an OnlyFans girl, so she's obviously up to some mischief here.
Yeah. Doe claimed there was...
Why do you go after an OnlyFans girl? I mean, you can just... it's like $10 a month, bro.
Yeah.
$50 million was $10 a month. I mean...
Come on, man.
There's bad logistics here.
Yeah. But Sharpe saw her doing this. The moment he realized what she was doing, he grabbed her by the neck and told her, if you ever do that again, I will effing hurt you. Destroy you.
Yeah, that's a bad move.
Yeah.
That is a bad move. Even like in the BDSM world, that's really... I mean, you don't say it to an OnlyFans girl. Just because she's going to use that against you, obviously.
Apparently, she was also the same girl that... with the live streaming incident that he had, I think at the end of 2024, she was apparently that same girl that he was doing that dirty with.
And she's not innocent either, but I mean, you got to be careful what you say around these girls. And if a girl ever gives you any resistance like that, like at all, she needs to go. If she's not completely 100% down for you, she's got to go. And you're going to save yourself a lot of trouble if you just only deal with women on your terms.
Yeah, so this article came out on the 21st of April. And so once after this TMZ report came out, it was then revealed that the Jane Doe was actually a woman by the name of what was her name? Gabby something. Shannon actually goes into a video talking about Gabby whatever. I'm going to bring it up right now so we can all take a look at this together.
She doesn't even have a rack. That's the worst part of it all.
Yeah, it's really hilarious because everything that they bring up in not just the article, but like other people that are also talking about this, like they're talking about like her body, but like I don't think her body's that great.
I mean, I was a girl that looked like that like last week.
So.
Yeah, I was with a girl that looked kind of like that body type last week, and I didn't have to pay $1 for it. So,
all right, so
I don't know what's going on with him.
Yeah, so let me bring this one up here. So let me move this back over again, and we're gonna go into this one here. So we're gonna watch this real quick.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown.
Can they
I
hear?
Be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip.
He's making about race.
That tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey, Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Busby want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about, and I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say.
Shannon Sharpe is guilty of being weak and simping. Definitely 100% guilty. I am the jury, the judge, and the executioner right now. He is guilty of being a simp. He's guilty of being a weak man, and he is guilty of living life on her terms instead of his terms. So he's definitely in the wrong. She's not. She's obviously in the wrong too. I hope she loses her OnlyFans credibility. I hope she just loses subscribers. But that's not gonna happen. She's probably gonna get more subscribers.
Yeah, no, she's
gonna win $50 million and more. I mean, she's gonna be rich. I hope she donates to allgainstore.com. I hope when she wins the lawsuit, she goes to allgainstore.com and checks out merch like this hat that Mike's wearing. Got hoodies, beanies, all kinds of stuff, coffee. I mean, you name it, it's got it. Mugs. The guys, allgainstore.com, 100%. Good stuff. Hopefully she'll buy it when she wins the lawsuit. And Shannon Sharpe, if he was watching this YouTube channel, he would probably not be having a lawsuit to begin with. So everybody's losing here.
Yeah.
So,
but and like it's funny because when the suit came out and TMZ article, they were not disclosing the woman. They were calling her Jane Doe because I guess when she filed it, she didn't want her to be she didn't want it to be public for her.
Everything about her is public,
but
so she's public property.
She's what is called community property.
Yeah, she's community property. She's for the boys.
Yeah, not
one boy. She's for the boys.
Yeah,
literally for many boys.
Yeah, many
girls too, I guess maybe.
Maybe. But Shannon, of course, because now that he's made this dumb mistake, now he has to retaliate and come back because people are trying to discredit him. They're trying to destroy his career. So now he has to defend himself and go on, pretty much be on the defensive on the situation and try to clear his name as best as he can. However, it's very hard to do that when you made the mistakes in the first place, and now you have to double back and you have to go and try to explain yourself for these things when in reality, these things could have been completely, taken out of this specific situation if you actually did what you should have done, which is what we said earlier, to pretty much not leading with your money, following your own protocol, meaning because I don't know if I have it coming up in here, but what you heard about this where apparently she what was it, she wanted something he wanted an NDA, right? He wanted an NDA on like their relationship or something, and she didn't want that to be a thing. And so
he kept trying to get her to sign like an NDA, and she kept saying no. You might have to full screen us while we're talking until we can.
Yeah, hold on. I'll bring it back up.
Basically, he was trying to get her to send an NDA like multiple times, and she kept saying no, no, no. And finally, she kept saying no, and he was like, "All right, whatever. I'll come see you, or you come see me." So he basically broke his own standards to appease to her, and that's where he went wrong. That's one of the ways he went wrong in light of everything else. So there's more simping from this guy. I mean, I'm pretty sure at the gym when he first approached her and tried to get her number and everything, he was already leading with his money. He could have literally said, he didn't have to bring up that he was a celebrity or anybody. He could have just, asked her about maybe a tattoo she had, or asked her what ethnicity she was, or he could have asked her many questions about her and just ran some game, just had some fun with it. But no, he probably just went into all the superficial stuff. And then when she realized, oh, he's Shannon Sharpe, then, everything goes down bad from there. You can find girls who are into BDSM and stuff like that, but the stuff he was saying, it's just such an easy target for her, pretty much, to get this guy. And a lot of you guys, you make yourself such an easy target by the things you say to these girls that they record and they keep, and you basically make yourself look bad, especially all these text messages that there are and all this kind of stuff. So what else we got?
Yeah, so here's some. Now this is part of a this is part of the evidence, I think, on the Shannon Sharpe defense against Gabby here. And these are some of the context of certain text messages where it says, only if you put that baby gravy in me, then I can do whatever I want. Then I guess it means you can do whatever you want to me. Text from Gabby to Shannon. This was in 2023. I want to put my tongue in your butt and then marry you. And this is from Gabby in January 2024.
I'm not a fan of that, by the way.
Yeah,
I can't co-sign that. I like my thing to be clean.
You never go ass to mouth.
Just do not. Like, if you haven't seen Clerks 2 by now and you have not learned that valuable lesson, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, really, you should be watching Clerks 2. You should have watched that.
And then the next one, that's my daddy explicitive. I want you to put a big black baby in me. From Gabby, August 6, 2024. She's
obviously a freak, but I mean, she's OnlyFans girl. So everything she says is
and it's probably also part of whatever. It's probably also whatever part of kink or type of thing that Shannon might like too. He might like that race type of thing. I don't really know. I'm not.
I mean, she's obviously into him too. She's not innocent either. So, I mean, maybe she won't win the lawsuit because, I mean, they're both down bad. I mean, she's a whore. I'm sorry. She's an online prostitute. I don't even know. What do you call it? What do you call it? She's just, I mean,
she's community property.
Sorry. Let me be professional here. She's community property, and he's just weak. He's just down bad.
Yeah. These messages are just a sampling of a broader pattern of graphic sexual communications initiated by by community property. The evidence paints a clear picture. This was a consensual adult relationship that included role-playing, sexual language, and fantasy scenarios explicitly requested by community property. The edited tape that community property secretly taped and showed to Mr. Sharpe during her blackmail attempt tries to falsely portray, as a result of this editing and out of context from prior text messages, that the sexual activity was not consensual, but Mr. Sharpe now believes her secret taping was all part of her plan set up as part of her blackmail scheme, as distorted by her edited tape, a copy of which she refused to make available to Mr. Sharpe or his counsel. Mr. Sharpe categorically denies all allegations of coercion or misconduct, especially the gross lie of grape, and will not submit to what he sees as an egregious attempt at blackmail. He stands firmly by the truth and is prepared to fight these false claims vigorously in court. He looks forward to vindication through due process and a judgment based on the facts of the law. Now, all this wouldn't need to happen if he was not weak in the beginning, and he, like we said, in
the beginning, she was not really feeling him like that, but she was like, "Oh, I might as well just have fun with this," and just, I guess he's all right. Because if she was actually sexually attracted to him, and if she actually respected him, none of this would be happening. They'd be just doing this behind closed doors. None of this would be coming out, and there would be no accusations because she'd be like just 100% down. 100%. And when you can tell that a girl's not fully 100% into you, you need to let her go immediately. Like, get rid of that. Like, it needs to be 100%. Genuine desire. It needs to be 100%.
Yeah,
It's the only way.
especially if you're someone who's famous, you have money, things like that. You gotta understand the consequences of the actions that you make. You might be someone like Shannon Sharpe, super big. You got all this money. You have some sort of fame. You got this podcast going that's growing. All these different things. You think you're on top of the world, and you think you can do whatever, but you got to remember that everything you do has a consequence, either a positive or a negative. And so by talking to this community property and wanting certain favors and stuff, you got to know that you can't fully trust these people. I mean, I'm not saying that you can't trust OnlyFans girls. I'm saying just people in general. And so, especially people you don't actually know. And so, if you just think that you can, have something going that's going to be good and everything will be fine, you got to think about the consequences. Like, how could this go wrong? Like, if things went wrong, what could they be? And what should I do about it if things do? Are the bad scenarios that can go on with this specific thing? Could this hurt me in the long term? Is this bad scenario too great for me to actually want to go through with it? And if it's the case, if you think that it is, because clearly this is bad, then that should just go off in your head and be like, no, this isn't gonna work, because especially based on how she acts and how he acts, it was not going to be a good thing. If he was more self-aware to how he was acting and understanding how she was acting towards him, maybe he would have realized this and maybe either called it off very early before things got too out of hand, where they were with each other for longer than a year and a half, 2 years or whatever. These things could have been avoided, especially if he just thought about it more, and not even just thinking about it with sexually, but just in general of like his livelihood, because now it's affecting his livelihood, and it shouldn't have even gotten to that point.
Yeah. I mean, another thing that makes him look really bad is that he tried to give her like $10 million to not have this go public and just keep it on the down low and just, here, take this $10 million and forget all about it. And she was like, no, I'm coming for everything. Literally like a movie villain, pretty much.
Yeah.
So now it makes him look even worse because he tried to shush her up with money, $10 million. I mean, I would have taken the money. Like, okay, I'm not gonna say anything. I mean, come on, $10 million. Like, bruh, take the money.
Yeah, but
take the money. You
people
would have gotten 1/5 of what you were gonna get anyway.
People are greedy, though.
She's very greedy. I mean, is $10 million not enough for you? You could feed so many homeless people in New York City and California with $10 million. Wow, it's just like that. I'm very disappointed in that on its own. But anyway, what else we got?
Yeah, there's a video from Candace Owens I kind of want to watch because she brings up a couple good points in there. I'm not a big fan of her. I just kind of think that her face is a little annoying. But I'm gonna bring that up right now, and we'll just take a good watch.
I'm gonna see what she got. This whole thing is just so disappointing, and it makes the brand of MAN look really bad. I mean, it's just another. And if this girl is just trying to get some money, it's going to look bad for actual victims of this of non-consensual activity. Like, it's going to make other women look really bad. Like, this whole situation is a tragedy.
Updates on the Shannon Sharpe case. Updates.
Sex tape.
I hate, not in a great state.
Big black guy. Lick of the pie.
Apparently, he was negotiating with this girl behind the scenes. And what we are hearing from that girl's side is that he made a substantial offer, $10 million to try to settle this thing. Obviously, settlement talks blew up, and now it's public. She said her butt cheeks cost $50,000. That's what she told him.
It's delicious. Thank you, chef. The temperature's perfect, and the roll is crispy. Yes, chef. Would you like to have a little taste?
Well, anyways, some of you guys were asking the question, Candace, like, why would he offer her $10 million if he wasn't guilty? And I'm telling you why he was offering her $10 million, because Shannon Sharpe was in talks. People were going to buy his entire podcasting network because, he's been podcasting and doing all of these things. And the deal was supposedly worth $100 million. So look at this. Okay. This is Shannon Sharpe Eye's
Shit.
$100 million podcast deal.
It'd be nice to have
As
$1 million.
volume contract expires. He was
Isn't
on
it
the
like as
brink
big
of
as
a
Joe Rogan?
$100 million
No.
deal.
That contract.
And then this
yeah.
woman
Oh, yeah, maybe.
comes forward and she's like, I'm going to release all this publicly, or I'm going to sue you. And your instinct has got to be to shut that down. Okay. Because we're talking about the difference of $90 million. You pay her $10 million to go away and you're signing a $100 million deal.
I don't know.
The right number. And the
For
right
50
coach.
million, I go to hell. For 50 million, I go to hell. For 50 million, I go to hell.
Regardless of whether you are guilty or innocent, these text messages hit the public and you are probably not going to close that deal, okay? Because that is going to harm your professional reputation, your personal reputation, and that's what
Well, it
happens.
doesn't matter. Yeah, we can go to the
Fumble
next
bad
one.
no
Yeah, I
matter
mean, it
which
doesn't
way you
matter because
slice
his
it,
reputation
okay?
is already
Because
it's already
as a
over.
company, you
I
don't
mean, it's
sign
not over,
those
but it's
kinds of-
definitely stained, and it's never going to go away ever. Every time he probably posts something on Twitter, he's going to get a bunch of comments in the comment section. Oh my god, you're dating. You were smashing a 19-year-old, disgusting pedophile. You're going to get all these kind of insults. So, unfortunately, he's gonna get a lot of hate.
Very much so.
Is that all we had?
What?
Is that all we had, or
No, there's a couple. I have a couple clips from a few of his podcasts. Now she brought up the podcast thing, which is crazy because if that is true, and he was in talks for like $100 million deal for his podcasting, and now it's ruined because of this situation. Like I said earlier, you got to think about the consequences. Oh, I got this podcasting thing. It's going really well. I can possibly make this grow and make this good. But I have this 19, 20-year-old girl that I'm, seeing, and
all of
like,
this
doing
to
these
bust
things.
a nut? All of this
Yeah.
for a nut? Just a 3 maybe second nut? Why? It's not like he's gonna actually have a
everything's
relationship with that girl. It's not actually gonna be something. It's just sex. It's just fun.
Yeah.
Why are you risking everything? You could do so much better for the world,
much.
and you're wasting it on a 3-second nut.
Yeah.
Your post nut clarity, you must have been like, oh my god. Like post nut clarity always it hits hard. It's just like, wow, I can't believe I did that. Wow, my life, I suck. That must be a blow to the ego. Like post nut clarity must be horrible for Shannon Sharpe.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Must be like very difficult.
I do want to play those clips real quick because
let's see
I
what we
do
got.
think it definitely shows, at least to me, that some of these people he brought on have known about this situation with this girl. If at least that's what it seems. Either that, or maybe they knew but he didn't know, and they're maybe trying to allude to him to like.
There's a lot of
not
things he
be an
didn't know.
idiot
He was not
because-
self-aware at all.
Yeah, so
He didn't
let
have
me-
any friends that were like, bro, you shouldn't really.
Yeah,
Maybe you shouldn't.
Yeah,
You know,
let
maybe
me-
you should not simp to an OnlyFans girl who's already making money off morons. Why give her more money from another moron when she's already? I mean, guys. I mean, what are we doing? Once again, bad for just men in general. It's making men look bad and weak. Very sad. But let's see what we got here. See what's going on.
Want to get with a white woman because I was scared she might have me running down the street like Jonathan
There you
Majors.
go. See, come on, Dad.
Not because I didn't like white women. I think white women are as great as any other women. But I'm not going to act like I'm not scared of them. I have a reason to be scared. You could be Kang the Conqueror, and they could take your rabbit ass down in 2 weekends. And that's the truth.
Sometimes life just gives you a sign, life just gives you a warning about things maybe you should just be careful on. And a lot of times we neglect those warnings and then we continue to do what we do anyway. And then we suffer. We straight up suffer. Like you guys are not aware of the signs that God or whatever gives you, like just the universe gives you, like it gives you a chance and then you blow it. You just blow it.
To us, this dating thing, because it's Mo is different now than when you and I.
It's different, baby. I'm grateful I'm not 56 and trying.
Oof.
What you trying to say? What you trying to say? Mo?
I'm
You
looking right at you.
I know
Fran.
you looking at me.
I ain't backing down. You better take your old ass and get somebody to love you.
Damn, Mo.
Now I'm looking right at y'all. Let me tell y'all what Shannon needs.
Let me be in my
Let me
life.
tell you what my baby need. He need him an old fat gal. who can bake good cakes, make some smothered turkey wings, who gonna rub his feet at the nighttime, okay, and gonna have a sip of his cognac to make him feel better about himself when he come home at night. That's what Shannon needs. You don't need no 26-year-old girl. You don't need no 36-year-old girl. This is your auntie talking to you. Take your ass and get you an old bitch out there that can love you old. You're trying to hang out with these young bitches and you can't do it, Shannon. You just can't do it. When they want you to go for the 4th round, you looking at her like, bitch, listen, you want some money to go to Starbucks?
Yeah,
because I can't go no further. But if you get your older girl, when you get to that 4th round, she's going to say, hold on. Let me go get you some eggs and cheese and some toast with apple butter, because that's going to get your energy back up. I'm talking right to you. Shit. So he thought I was going to be scared. Yes, I'm talking. And I know old gal, she's good to you. Her name is Elladora. Now, when you know somebody named Elladora, she's old school.
Yeah, so basically, I mean, that's another sign from the universe right there. I mean, she's literally telling him point blank, be careful what you do.
Yeah.
Because
Get yourself an old lady.
Yeah, maybe you should just chill.
An actual old lady.
Maybe you should just chill with your nonsense and just get a girl that's like, is really good to you, and chill out and don't be messing with these young girls. Just focus on what you got. And he basically did the exact opposite, and now he will suffer.
Yeah, I mean, he was already in the middle of doing it, and so he did not listen. He did not.
He could have just stopped right there.
He could have taken that, thought about it, and then went to community property and was like, "Listen, I will not take part in this anymore. You have a great rest of your life, and maybe I'll see you around." And then you could have just ended it like that, just boom, done. Doesn't have to deal with the woman anymore, right? You could have, and especially trying to leave it off in great terms will help you in the long term, because then no one can come back around and say you're an asshole. If you are always nice and you always now I wouldn't say nice, but like you're always respectful and you have this and you're always the same person, you pretty much don't flip-flop on how you act and stuff like that. If you just stay in frame and you give and you always have respect for others, everyone will respect you and no one will really want to come and take your stuff. I mean, unless you're real greedy, probably like community property over here, wanting $50 million from him. But you just, for anyone out there that, might be a little older, hanging around younger women and stuff, like, I'm not going to judge you for it, but I think you just need to just be careful with how you do it. It's just, I think just being careful about how you act and the people that you're with, knowing, having certain boundaries, making sure that they are within those boundaries, and they don't cross them and they don't try to harm your frame in any type of way. You always got to keep yourself safe, and you don't want to let anybody come and, take away the things that you've tried building.
Yeah, for any man, do not deal with women unless it is on your terms, the way you're trying to do things. Do not deal with any women that are not trying to go in the direction that you're trying to go. Be the leader, know who you are, know what you're trying to do. Don't make any simping mistakes. Don't lead with your money. Just be cool. Just go with the flow and go on your own pace. And if a girl's not going to accept it, move on to one that will. There's plenty out there. Don't get stuck on one that's going to give you some disrespectful stuff. Don't be like Shannon Sharpe, guys. Many things to really understand. If you're thinking about simping, don't do it. There will be consequences, good or bad. I mean, little consequences or big consequences. Make smart decisions and be careful who you interact with. So, guys, make sure you comment. Let us know what you guys think. Like the video. Definitely give us some feedback. And you can go to allgainstore.com if you want to check out our merchandise. I think you guys would really like the selection. Some good stuff that we got. Very comfortable stuff. Coffee's pretty good. I think you guys will be more than happy with some of the stuff that we got. So definitely allgainstore.com. Link in the description below. And we're going to see you guys in the next video. Be safe out there.